you'd better put a chick in it. And make it fucking gay as fuck.
I am funky.
And I want it lame!
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
What?
That is so lame!
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Hello everyone and welcome to Casual Rage 185, where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. And it's been another disastrous week for Disney Star Wars. Man, just thinking about it, it's been a disastrous year for Disney Star Wars. You think about the beginning of the year with Charmin Obaid-Chinoy and her comments and that blowing up. And also think about the things that they've released and the announcements that they've made, and everything that they've done so far this year has been met with controversy. Let's just say that. It's quite staggering to think, and to continue thinking what's actually happened to Star Wars, where we are right now with Star Wars. It's hard to believe that we could ever get to a point like this. You ask someone, even in 26, it was 2012, wasn't it? Was it 2012 when Disney bought Star Wars? Why am I now getting confused? Anyway, whenever it was that they bought it, if you were to ask any Star Wars fan, if you thought could Star Wars ever be bad? Do you think, they could ever destroy Star Wars to the extent that they have? No one would be saying yes. There you go. Yes. 2012. Phone on silent. Sorry, I'm so behind today. That's why I was so late. I'm sorry I'm late too, by the way, guys. Thank you all for being here. But yeah, 2012. You ask any Star Wars fan, 2012 or prior, like even 2013, like those first couple of years of Disney owning Star Wars, there was still hope. There was still faith. You know, think about The Force Awakens and the box office for The Force Awakens. Actually, that's relevant to one of the topics that we're going to be talking about today. And of course, that is the cancellation of The Acolyte. We've got the cancellation of The Acolyte, obviously, to talk about. And there's a fair bit to talk about in regards to that. I've got so many tabs. We are going to talk a little bit about Star Wars Outlaws. We're also going to be talking a little bit about Star Wars Theory, the Grogu, the Mando and Grogu movie, a little bit to talk about on that. We'll talk a little bit about Jon Favreau. Man, we got so much stuff. Let me just show you how many tabs I've got. Insane. Look at them all. Heaps. I got that many that they're just like a tiny little box at the top. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. But let's quickly say hello to the chat and see who we've got here. We've got Star Wars Marvel purists, Gatekeepers Alliance getting with constant dubs. Yeah, I want to talk about the fact that, you know, we say that this is a win, right? But like, truthfully, we know what it is. We know why they cancelled it. It's not because of us. And the people out there that are saying, "Oh, how dare you cater to the dude bros and all of that," they're not catering to us, man. This show was made for you guys. Anyway, I don't want to get into it just yet. Like, I've got a whole thing that I want to get into. Let's see. Now, I don't know how to pronounce that last word, but I think it means bicycle. Moz is missing bicycle. That's what I'm going to say. Rhino always turning your stream into casual rage. What a jerk. Yeah. I turn every stream into pretty much what I like to talk about. Like, I'm doing full Aussie. I'm hosting full Aussie this weekend. Let's see if it's going to be more like Back of the Ute than it is like the full Aussie. It probably will be. Let's see. We've got Trev here with a couple of comments down here, but according to both Jesse Grant, I don't know who that is. Should I know who that is? And the internet, Bitch Iger is going to leave Disney in 2016. KK will leave, Lucasfilm, after she makes a successful project, which could be Skeleton Crew. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, she says that she wants to leave. Well, I am so over the rumors of how Kathleen Kennedy is going to leave and when Kathleen Kennedy is going to leave and all of this kind of thing that I'll wait and believe it when I see it. I'll celebrate it when I see it, but at the same time, that celebration is going to be left with questions because who's going to take over from Kathleen Kennedy? Is it going to be Dave Filoni? Because if it is, like, I still don't have any trust or faith in the fact that we're going to actually get good Star Wars moving forward. This means that both Disney, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones might have a chance to get back on track. I don't think that they'll do anything with Indiana Jones, to be honest with you. Funnily enough, we've got nothing really to talk about, I don't think, in regards to Skeleton Crew. That, to me, that just looks like no one's going to watch that. No one. The Seals will. The Seals and the Shills will definitely definitely watch and think that it's the best Star Wars we've ever had. Lara says, hi, Rhino. The Acolyte meltdowns are more entertaining than the show. We'll watch replay. Thanks, Lara. Appreciate you. She's always in my comment section, leaving massive comments. It's always good to see her. But yeah, no, 100%. We're going to be going through some of the meltdown stuff. Good evening to you too, sir. And Dr. Coffinnails is here as well. Good to see you both. Let's see. Ryan Gosling's in the chat. How you doing? The full Aussie is not dead. That's right. That's right. It's well and truly alive. Tyron Azilla, hello there. Hello there. Papa Palpatine's Pizza Padawan, good to see you as well. Always good to see you. OG Star Wars, Alora. Good to see you, Alora. Let's see. And she also says, as you join in, smash the like button. Yes, do smash that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Mike Hill's in the chat. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Man, he sent me so much stuff this week. So much stuff. Just blew up for them, didn't it? Yes, I was late and gay. I'm sorry. Evening, Rhino. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Doing all right, Butcher. Doing all right. Melissa Lord's here. How you doing, Melissa? Darth Ghostface, always in the chat, doing his thing. Sith Assassin Trailer, good to see you. Nuisance Bird, Dr. Coffin Nails, John 42, hello. SWA, good to see you. Scotty, AU, I see you. Cue Ball, Joker Jack, and everybody else that's here in the chat. I appreciate you, man. We did. Oh, there's a lot of you here. We got Blake in the chat. How you doing? Christian's here. Soul Assassin's here. See, we got a few to start with. We're nearly at 40. Normally it sort of builds, you know what I mean? And we get there. What the fuck? Look at that cat hair. Fucking cat hair everywhere. Look, you can see it all over me. Darth Ghostface for his 11-month member chat. Us real Star Wars fans scored a big win with the cancellation of The Acolyte. The Disney shills and fake fans melting down over it is more entertaining than watching, Disney Star Wars. Well, that is true. That is true. But I want to talk about the win thing. If I missed anyone in the chat, I appreciate you being here, and thank you for being here. Best West, I see you. Jules 817, I see you. 19 Larry, I see you. Tilliam, got to acknowledge him. He's always here. All right. First things first, I just want to get this out of the way because this was the first thing that I had up. They obviously released a whole new, what is it? Encyclopedia. And I think we talked about this when they announced it or anything. This is the back cover. And I can't remember what the front cover looked like, but I think we talked about that. And there wasn't like a lot of like Lucas's Star Wars characters on there. Obviously, we've got Yoda, we got the Falcon, we got Han Solo, we got Palpatine, Obi-Wan, but I think that's more from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and Vader, and that's more from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show too. Other than that, you get Andor, Bo-Katan and her crew, the two Boba Fett, Kylo Ren, Jyn Erso. Just looking at these ships. That's Cloud City. And you got Vader's castle on Mustafar. I just do find it funny that I don't even think there was... I think on the front cover it was Old Man Luke Skywalker. I don't think we saw Leia on the cover at all. Obviously no Anakin, but you'd put Vader on the cover more than you'd put Anakin on the cover. More iconic, I guess. It's just, I find it funny with something like this when these spurgs out there where, especially with the cancellation of The Acolyte, are saying, how dare Lucasfilm cater to these toxic fans, these incels, blah, 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 blah. When it is clear to see to anyone that they are not catering to us. They certainly don't care about us. Who do you think the diss track from Amanda Stenberg was pointed towards? Like, honestly, who was that towards? You guys, the ones out there that enjoyed The Acolyte and thought that it had a good story? No, I don't think so. You know, every time Leslie Headland opened her mouth in an interview, she made everything worse. You think this is catering to Star Wars fans? Or do you think that this is catering to Disney Star Wars fans? Why would you put Kylo Ren on there? Bo-Katan on there? Andor on there? Anyway, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. I thought it was like, you know, I think we talked about the front cover. Now we got the back cover. I wonder what content is inside this book. You know what I mean? Does it talk about how Rey downloaded Kylo's training while he was torturing her? Does it explain that in this book? It should, because it's a part of their canon. It really should. But like I said, I just wanted to get that out of the way. The Book of Knowledge. That's right. That's a Disney cover. Crap content. Yeah, man. I am fully expecting Andor Season 2 to not do well. Like, not just in regards to the ratings, because the ratings for Season 1 weren't good either. But I guess the trajectory of it probably got a little bit more after a few more people out there said that it was a decent show. I just fully expect Season 2 to fall off a cliff. A bit like what Season 3 of The Mandalorian did to The Mandalorian. You know, they're not going to do a good time. That they've shown throughout all the shows, not just The Acolyte, that they can't do time well in Star Wars. Like, not just travel time either. We're talking about time as in just like certain circumstances of certain characters or certain things happening while something else is happening. So you'll have these people over on this planet, and we'll see, you know, on the screen from their perspective, and they will have been there for 5 days, and we will have watched 5 days worth of them doing something on that planet. But over here on this planet, let's say just before we cut to that planet over there, we'll see something happening on this planet with another character, let's say. Then we get the 5 days over here, and we'll cut back to this planet, and it'll be like an hour went by. You know what I mean? It's not just that travel time and distance and things like that they screw up when it comes to time. I think they even did it in Andor. They don't do time well. You know, in the time that it took, I can't even remember her name now, the chick to get the 80 million credits to Luthen, and he's already spent the money and everything. Like, we don't really see that time go by. We don't see any of that whatsoever. That all happens off screen. And Val, that's her name, Val didn't even interact with Luthen to give him the 80 million credits. I don't know how she got it to him. I don't know. But they don't do time well. And I fully expect that to be a trend moving forward. You know, no matter how good you want to say the dialogue is, or how good you want to say at least the writing was good, you know, for Andor Season 1, it doesn't change the fact that they put jangling keys on the screen with everything that they put in Luthen's store. It's not to say that there aren't problems with the heist. It's not to say that there aren't problems with the prison break or anything like that. I feel like we've been pushed so far towards the fact that if it's woke, it's shit, that when it's not woke, we give it a sort of a pass, despite the fact that there are glaring problems there. I don't know. But let's get into this, shall we? Because we got tabs that go all the way to here. From there to there. We got a lot. All right, so this is from IGN. There's just a couple of headlines. So obviously, if you didn't hear, where have you been, under a rock? Disney has cancelled The Acolyte. Sorry, The Acolyte. Yeah, The Acolyte. Whoa. Fucking, I thought I said Andor for a second. They've cancelled The Acolyte, season 2. Now, watching this show, or even if you didn't watch the show and you just watched people's reviews or you saw clips on Twitter or whatever the case may be, who was this made for? Was this made for Star Wars fans? Or was it made for Disney Star Wars fans? I mean, I think the answer, it's a bit of a rhetorical question, isn't it? Because we all know the answer. It was made for Disney Star Wars fans. So fans of Star Wars, The Acolyte have reacted loudly to the series reportedly being axed after just one season. Oh yeah, they are very loud. Very small, but very loud. And we got proof to show that it's a very small group of people. This is where, like, what I was saying about The Force Awakens. Force Awakens and the box office that that made showed how many actual Star Wars fans are out there. And all they've had since then is diminishing returns. Less and less people are wanting to go and see this. Yes, this is true. You can read the Bane, Darth Bane and Plagueis without the fear of season 2. But you got to remember that they are separate. They're using, they're using Plagueis and Bane. They're just plucking them out of their true, real timelines, the true, real canon, and bringing them into their canon. Brett, how you doing, Brett? Good to see you for $5. Says, Rhino, how is it we got season 2 of the Ahsoka, I'm guessing that is, commonly known as the DNC 2024, and nobody realized they got what they wanted, a second train wreck. Well, yeah, there's some things that they get the second, but this, like, you got to remember, Ahsoka is Dave Filoni. And Andor, like I said, I reckon the trajectory of Andor was that it started, it fell, and then it sort of creeped up a little bit. Some people went back to decided to finish it. Thank you, Brett, for the super chat. I appreciate you. But yeah, like, we're getting an Andor season 2. We're getting an Ahsoka season 2. Now, it's not to say that these things couldn't be cancelled. It's not to say that, you know, even the movies that they've said, Mandalorian and Grogu and even the Rey movie and stuff like that, they could. I doubt that they would, but they could. Gronk says, Gonk. I said Gronk because of fucking the Mozza and Lethal, but it's Gonk says Gonk. So yeah, fans are going absolutely apeshit. Then there was also this headline from Bounding into Comics. Star Wars stands blame cancellation of The Acolyte on everything but ratings. I'm really tired of sharing the franchise I love with toxic, misogynistic, immature racists And then we've got a couple of tweets from a couple of people, but let me talk about this really quickly. Again, a couple of people in the chat have already said that this is a win for us. Yeah, okay. I think for a while now, it's just been win after win after win for us. I don't think, but also too, I don't think that there's a matter of winning and losing here. I really don't. Because have we won? What? Because they cancelled one of the shittiest TV shows they ever made? It should have been cancelled based on what it was, what we saw, the writing we got, the law breaking that we got. I know that there's still people out there that say, what law did it break? Like, those people that say that are never Star Wars fans. They can't be. It's like Leslie Headland saying that she's a massive Star Wars fan and then making this show. Those two things can't coincide with each other. You can't be a massive Star Wars fan and then make this show. You just can't. Because no true Star Wars fan would make this show the way they made it. But we're still getting Skeleton Crew. They're still moving forward with the Mandalorian Grogu movie, which is just going to be probably a cameo fest of all the fucking characters that they've had. Ahsoka, fucking Bo-Katan, you name it. Boba Fett. Oh, well, we're going to talk about Boba Fett because apparently he's not in it. But you know what I'm saying. It's just going to be those jangling keys on the screen. We might get Grogu's first words in this movie, which will be a draw for everyone. You wait. The only thing that people will be talking about was, Grogu's first words, not the shitty story that they're going to come up with. The Rey movie. So, like, what have we won? Really? I honestly, and I said this in my video, I honestly don't care if we got a season 2. Give it to them. Give it to those small minority of new fans that you've culminated Disney. Do it. And while you're at it, give Rian Johnson his trilogy. Bring back everyone. Just do it. It's going to be great content for me when I can sit here and watch the shitty show or watch the shitty movie that you've come out with and give detailed explanations on why this is trash Star Wars. This is the thing that these people don't understand. When you go to name calling the toxic, misogynistic, and racists, incels, whatever it is that they call us, what's your argument to, something that we've already talked about, the time, right? So one of my complaints about this show is that they get from Coruscant to the Outer Rim like that. 10 minutes, and they're there. Now, to me, that's canon breaking, that's law breaking, that's destroying my suspension of disbelief. So instead of just calling me a toxic fan or a toxic, racist, misogynistic bigot, how about you explain to me why that's okay? Justify it. Go on. I'll even allow you to use as much headcanon as you want. Use it. Use your headcanon to explain it away, but I want the explanation. Don't just call me a name. This show was made for you guys. This show was made for the SEALs. This show was made for the shills. This show was made for 50 Shades of Grey fans and Twilight fans, fanfic fans, And you guys couldn't get the Rotten Tomatoes score up despite the fact that you want to say it was just review bombing. Well, if there were more of you, like your video said that there were more of you, then surely you should be able to counteract that with your positive review bombing. It would be justified to positively review bomb it if it was genuinely review bombed. But why couldn't you get that past, what, 15%, 16%, whatever it's at now? How could you not get it up there? Where were you guys viewing it? Oh, hang on. This is the thing that's so crazy. This thing fell off the ratings charts. It's nowhere to be seen, right? Now, all of you guys, all of you, the Disney Star Wars shills, seals, fans, whatever you want to call yourselves, right? All of you watched it. All of you. Not one of you guys didn't watch it. And there was a couple of us that did watch it to see how bad it was and give our commentary on how bad it was. And yet it still didn't even rate well. But all of you watched it. How does that indicate to you that there is more of you? They also want to go on about how it started copying review bombing before the show even released. Now, you can't review bomb on Rotten Tomatoes or IMDb or any of these things before it's released. So the review bombings were coming from like the videos that we were doing, our reactions to trailers, our reactions to Leslie Headland opening her mouth. It didn't matter when or where she opened her mouth. All she had to do was open her mouth and there was something to talk about. We got told it was the gayest Star Wars. And then on top of that, you guys, the seals, I'm not talking to my chat, the seals out there, you guys said, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Well, what happened? They took your advice. And now you're complaining and you're calling them toxic, misogynistic racists because Disney decided to cancel it. Because you guys didn't show up. It's a bit like women's sport, right? Oh, why don't the women basketball players get paid just as much as the men basketball players? Why don't the women football players here in Australia get paid the same? Where are you? Do you watch it? Do you know the best player in the league? Could you name a player in that league? But it's all the toxic men that didn't go and watch the sport because only men really like sport. You're the sexists. You're the racists. You're the misogynistics or the misandrists. It doesn't matter. That is what you are. And you've got no argument for the criticism of this show other than to call us names. To say that this is a win for me, I didn't care. Having the Acolyte was the best. It's probably going to be the best thing that happened to my channel this year. And you know why? Because actual Star Wars fans hate what Disney is doing. Isn't that right, Star Wars Theory? We'll talk about him. So right about sport. This is the thing. They complain about us, the white straight men. We are just the problem. That's it. It's just us over here that are the problem when it comes to anything. Anything. But it's the same thing with this. Where were you guys? Where were you guys to get the ratings through the roof with this show? Oh, you don't exist. You were never Star Wars fans. I bet you if I asked you what is Padme's real last name, you would probably still say Amidala. Oh, see, that's the toxicness. That's toxic to say that. It's so toxic, Rhino. How dare you quiz someone? Fuck, man. I've met Star Wars fans that are bigger Star Wars fans than me, and I've still quizzed them. $19 Larry for I think that would be $10. Let's say 5,000 claps. I'm not going to clap 5,000 times. Yeah, and we are tired of you, excuse me, activist fanatics, also racists, by the way. Yes, they are ruining the franchises we loved with terribly written shows, filled with political agendas. We are the toxic, we are the toxic ones. That's right, them. We are the toxic ones. They're the toxic ones. But 100%. These people have been Star Wars fans for, and I'm not saying that you can't have just become a Star Wars fan like last year. Well, it'd be hard to explain to me how you just became a Star Wars fan last year without like going back. You would be so sort of brainwashed is the word I'm looking for, into thinking that Disney Star Wars is actually Star Wars, you know, if you only just became a Star Wars fan last year. But I'm not saying that a person, let's say, born in 2000 couldn't be a real Star Wars fan. I'm not saying that. They definitely could be. But yeah. You know what? How does it feel? To the Seals and the Shields out there, how does it feel? Now you know how we feel when they announced that they were decanonizing the EU. Did we go out there and call you guys toxic, racist, misogynistic, misandry, whatever? Did we come out and say that about you when they decided to ruin our favorite franchise? SWA for 10 says, Darth Bane created the rule of two. Darth Plagueis found the path to immortality. Mother Plagueis created the power of many. Sidious cloned himself and died again. Yeah. But you know what's really funny about that is that the rule of two no longer means what we thought the rule of two means. The real law behind the rule of two, I'm pretty sure they've already come out and actually changed that, specifically changed that to be that there's two Sith to rule them all, so they can have their Inquisitors and shit like that. And it's not to say that they didn't have Inquisitors in the EU, but they were still very strict on that rule of two stuff. But yeah. Plagueis finding the path to immortality. Fucking hell. Brett for $2 says, toxic fans, do you have Legionnaires? Thank you, Brett. And then Brett with 5 gifted memberships. That's awesome. Thank you, Brett. Appreciate that. And Riff, he either renewed or he became a member again, became a tracking fob. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Riff. And Brett. And SWA. And 19 Larry. All right. Let's see. Bartros for $5 says the Acolyte fans aren't sad they lost a beloved show. They're angry they lost a political tool. Political tool to bash men they hate over the bash men over the head over the head with. Oh my God. Bash men they hate over the head with. Yes. They did lose that. They did. The thing is that all these people care about is what happens between Queermere and Osha. May's got no memory anymore. Like, they teased Yoda at the end. These people still don't think, or still think that they didn't break canon when it comes to Kiadi Mundi. Yeah, Queermere. I heard Gary call him Queermere, and I think I'm adopting that name. It was so funny when he said it. It was so late, though. Like, it comes after. Yes, he did. Gary said it best. Queermere. I wish he had have come up with it, though, before, or somebody come up with it before the show was over, like after episode 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. Queermere. Great. All right, let's read some tweets from some spurging fans out there. So if you remember, with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and we will play it, Ewan McGregor came out and called out all the racist fans for having shots at Moses Ingram for her portrayal of, what the fuck was her even character name? Reva. Jesus. So forgettable. But see, this is the thing, right? Like, right. 2 years ago, what was this for if you don't stand by this? So they honestly think that Disney Lucasfilm canceled this show because we're racists, and they agree with us, apparently. Let's listen to this. Oh, I'm going to have to reshare my screen. Oh, Jesus.
This weekend, Star Wars fans made Obi-Wan Kenobi the most watched Disney Plus original series premiere of all time. And for that, I would say a big thank you.
You got to remember, like, these shows, whether or not they were the biggest premiere of all time on Disney Plus or Star Wars or whatever he said, you know, a lot of actual Star Wars fans are probably watching it on Disney Plus and not like enjoy. Engagement doesn't mean that it's good. Of course, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is going to have good numbers to start with. It's the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. You're bringing back Ewan McGregor. You're doing the rematch of the century. Again, the way they promote these shows, this is why they cop a lot of the criticism before they actually release.
And it just goes to show what this family can do when we all pull together. However, it seems that some of the fan base from this influential fan base have decided to attack Moses Ingram online and send her the most horrendous racist DMs. And I heard some of them this morning and it just broke my heart. Moses is a
Show us those receipts. How do you get to read them and we don't?
Brilliant actor. She's a brilliant woman, and she's absolutely...
Well, if she is a brilliant actor, it didn't show through on the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
Amazing in this series. She brings so much to the series. She brings so much to the franchise. And it just sickened me to my stomach to hear that this had been happening.
So why are we never going to see Reva again? Why aren't these people pissed off that we're not going to get a conclusion to Reva's story? You know, at the end of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, she, went to go kill Luke, didn't kill Luke, saw herself in Luke, which it surprises me because she's a black woman. I don't know how she can see herself in a white straight male. but she sees herself in it and then what, goes off into the sunset with Obi-Wan? I don't know. Nobody really knows. Nobody really cares. Well, she doesn't really go off into the sunset with Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan's there at the end with a law canon breaking moment with Qui-Gon appearing. So, you know, she's not there. So she just decides to go off and do her own thing.
I just want to say, as the leading actor in the series, as the executive producer on the series, that we stand with Moses. We love Moses. And if you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind. There's no place for racism in this world. And I totally stand with Moses.
What a fag. So yeah, they're basically now saying, calling out Lucasfilm, right? For, you know, aligning with the racist, toxic, misogynistic, incel fan base. Let's see. Here's another one. Again, I think I talked about this one on my video. And I don't know why they take a screenshot. Why not just retweet the tweet? But anyway, maybe it's because they wanted to get Elon Musk in there. That's probably what it actually is, more so. They could have retweeted his tweet, though. Anyway, Elon Musk celebrating the Acolyte cancellation should tell you everything about who Disney, you could just say Disney Lucasfilm, Disney plus Lucasfilm and Star Wars execs are catering to. They are certainly not catering to us. I don't think, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think there's anyone on our side that said, I hope they cancel it. I think there was a lot of people saying, I can't see how this show could get a season 2, but they were also saying, this is Disney Lucasfilm. I wouldn't put it past them. They are doing an Ahsoka season 2, and that had terrible ratings. They are doing an Andor season 2, and that had terrible ratings. So I wouldn't put it past them to do an Acolyte season 2. But also, too, from a business side of things, anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together can see that if they did cancel it, you can understand why. $180 million down the drain. Like, literally, how did they make any money back on this? They didn't make it through the merch, that's for sure. We've got to talk about that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Brett, I'll get you in a sec here, buddy. We're going to also... I watched a little bit of Steph's stream. She does those TikTok streams, and she was obviously going through some TikTok Acolyte stuff. And she decided to clip out some of these people's reactions. Now, we know who this person is. This is Saya. She's been nominated for Seal of the Week a fair few times and won it a fair few times. In fact, I think the leaderboard is between Jacob and her. I'm going to go through and actually check to see. But let's watch this and let's react to this. We'll probably EFAP a little bit of this, so let's just go through it.
So The Acolyte was canceled.
It's definitely because incels didn't like 2 people of color holding hands.
Now, first of all, on the incel thing, I have to say, I would think that a lot of the people in this video would be more incels than some of the people that were criticizing this show. 2 people of color holding hands. That was the problem. That was the problem. It was the final scene of the final episode that was the problem. Nothing else. Nothing else. Actually, I should probably get that super chat. Brett for $5 says, note the three were... sorry. Whoa, what? Note the word there, the most influential that's facile. Am I fucking that up? I probably am. Completely misled the toxic within itself, the show division. Whoa, I've completely fucked this. I'm so sorry, Brett. But frankly, is above that, eh? What were we just... That was on... Where am I? Was it this one? I can't remember now. I'm sorry, Brett. I completely fucked that up. Yeah. Dyslexic, guys. Bear with me. Fucking retarded. EFAP EVS's review of Kenobi from his stream earlier tonight. He loved Kenobi. I don't know. Sometimes I think he can troll. Because if any, like, no, I don't. Anyway, it might have been legit.
We're not going to forget that.
They've hit the second tower.
They've hit the second tower. They really flew Manny out to D23 to promote the Acolyte, just to announce it's cancelled on his birthday. Yes.
It was set up to fail from the beginning. When The Acolyte was first announced as a female-run show with Leslie Headland at the helm, starring a black femme and a diverse cast of characters unlike we had seen in a Star Wars project before, the review bombers took to the internet before the show even had a chance to air.
No, I think what you're... They attacked the fans. They have been all year. They have been for a long time. But they attacked the fans. They basically told us that this is going to reflect Leslie Headland's, queerness. There were so many things to this. That's why we were just reacting to everything that we were hearing. And it wasn't good. This is the gayest Star Wars. Oh, frankly, Leslie Headland's into it. What's your most proudest moment, Leslie Headland? Oh, being Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant. Like, I'm sorry, but the lead up to The Acolyte, none of the promotion had anything to do with Star Wars. It didn't. The closest we got to that was Leslie Headland saying that she's a massive Star Wars fan and not telling anybody what her favorite Star Wars movie or show is. Just saying that she wants to live in the world of Star Wars in perpetuity forever because she's never seen a Star Wars movie. And I want to also point out that when we get those sorts of promotional pieces leading up to The Acolyte, and all we've had out of Disney Star Wars has been the garbage that we've had so far, how can anyone actually have any faith in it? Brett says, I'm Australian. I don't give a fuck, cunt. Thanks, man.
Worth the price.
I understand that it got review bombed to an insane degree by so many people who were hating on it just because of what seems like internal prejudice.
Well, if there are more of you, like that video that came out that we parodied, right? If there are more of you, then how could you possibly not review bomb it the other way? And actually get more, because there's more of you, right? Where were you? If you wanted a season 2, your original campaign of the hashtag Renew the Acolyte failed. Now you're trying a petition, which will fail. And we've got to talk about that. But this has nothing to do with us. We didn't make it. We commented, criticized, and laughed at this show because it was laughable. It was poorly written. It was really badly directed. There were no characters and there was no plot. There was no story. And it certainly wasn't Star Wars. What was the biggest moment of this show? The biggest moments of this show. I changed it to moments there because there's actually a couple. You know what the biggest moments of this show are? The lesbian space witches, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. And the second biggest, or probably that overtook it for the biggest moment, was the shipping moment. That was you guys. That was for you guys. Where were you? We laughed and criticized it because it wasn't Star Wars. We laughed and criticized it because we could see it plainly for what it was. And you guys proved that by your tweets of shipping these characters together. This is on you. The cancellation of this show is on you. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm pissed off because I want a season 2. Again, I am impartial. I don't care. I did not care whether or not we did get a season 2 or not. Bring it on, I said. It was great for my channel because real Star Wars fans actually went out and watched more of the reviews than they did the show. It was more enjoyable for people to go and watch Gary's videos, Yellow Flash's videos, Ryan's videos, Jeremy's videos, my videos, Melvin's videos, Justin's videos, Star Wars Marvel Purists, Grizzy's videos. Those got more interaction than the show. Where were you? They did everything that they could. They were there, don't worry. They were making videos, praising, loving, doing their watch parties, reacting, talking about the news throughout the week between episodes. Everything. They did everything. Disparu too, another one. Yes, absolutely. Love Disparu's videos. They were there. So does this indicate to you that there's more of us or there's more of you? You couldn't even get this thing. You couldn't even get this thing above 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. They're catering to us. They're catering to us. If they were catering to us, this would have been a good fucking Star Wars show, you retards.
Stenberg, who not only gave a phenomenal performance as Osha, but also as her twin sister May, had no choice but to stick up for themselves and defend herself against the vitriol and bigotry that she was receiving because Lucasfilm did not protect her.
Oh! These companies need to protect their actors? Did they protect Gina Carano from you guys? We haven't done half the shit that you guys did to Gina Carano. Not even close to the amount of toxicity that you guys pushed towards Gina Carano. The biggest criticism that I saw that Amanda Stenberg got as the actress, Amanda Stenberg, is you can't act, or the director prompted you, Leslie Headland prompted you to act like a retard. Have no facial expression whatsoever. Just do this, just do that. Jack Show just started. awesome. I'll hopefully be over there. I've already got the link, so we'll see how long this goes. I need to go get a haircut, but yeah, awesome. You guys are the ones that are toxic. You guys are the ones that are unaccepting of an opposing. Like, I'm willing to listen to you. You tell me why the travel time thing is okay, and I'll listen, and then I'll give my retort. But if you just say the reason why I don't like this show because of the travel time aspect is because I'm a racist, my question is what? What the fuck are you talking about?
The supposed Star Wars fans were divided, and by that I mean incels of the internet and of Twitter.
Managed to pull off enemies to lovers so well.
Lucasfilm didn't do anything to protect the cast and the crew of The Acolyte.
Can I also point something else out in this video? Where are the men? I'm not saying that there aren't your Kyle Katans out there that are little bitch boys, soy boy cucks that don't, think the same way as this. But where are they? Like, I understand they're probably making their own videos, and they probably have made their own videos. Huh. Seal of the week looks strong this week. You have no idea. You have no idea how many nominees I could have for Seal of the Week this week.
Why can't the girls have fun things for the girlies?
Why can't girls have fun things for the girlies? The fuck are you talking about? There are plenty of female Star Wars fans that fucking hated this show that actually like real Star Wars, that think the same way that I do and everybody else does that's an actual Star Wars fan. You want your Twilight? You want your Oshimir? Well, go watch Twilight. Go watch 50 Shades of Grey. That's your content. That's what you want, right?
Why?
But it just shows how fragile you guys are to storytelling.
And it was
How fragile we are. Just goes to show how fragile we are to storytelling. You guys are the fragile ones. You've got nothing to counteract the actual criticisms of this show other than to call names. That's it. Exactly. What's storytelling?
was for the girls on board.
Leslie Headland was so dedicated as a fan of Star Wars.
So when Mother
She's not. That's the thing. She's not.
Anicia says this quote, and the whole show.
Oh, this quote, this one. The galaxy is not a place that welcomes women like us. You know, that quote had nothing to do with like colors of skin or anything like that. You thought that, you racist bigot. But I think through the show, they kind of tried to explain that they were on the run from the Jedi or something along those lines.
Is literally about people of color.
Ask me what I'm about to do. I'm about to cry. Thank you for asking.
I don't care about what the incel said.
You guys bullied Amanda Stenberg so bad.
The Acolyte, it was kind of to be expected. It was
Bad.
The Acolyte.
So bad.
The Acolyte, it was kind of to be expected considering how it is set in the universe that has, if not one of the, then the most toxic fan base like ever.
To receive this news, I'm
It's got one of the most toxic fan bases ever. I think it's just got a massive amount of passionate Star Wars fans out there that actually realize this for what it is.
I like him.
Worth the price.
It's okay, right? You had a home with more than one parent.
I am mourning the fact that we're not getting any more Chimera edits because we're
Chimera edits. That's what it comes down to.
not going to get any more source material.
What do you mean? It wasn't bringing in the
The viewership was not bad. The precedent this is setting is very scary and very concerning. What Lucasfilm is doing with this decision is allowing the bigots to win, allowing the bigots to run with this and decide, even if that's not the original intention of canceling the show, that they have won, that they are correct, that Star Wars needs to be white and male and it can't be anything else.
That last bit of that, like, we want good Star Wars, absolutely. I don't view this necessarily as a win, though. It's like saying if Kathleen Kennedy leaves, yay, we won. We're going to get good Star Wars. Bullshit. I call absolute bullshit. You think just because Kathleen Kennedy either gets fired or leaves that we're going to get good Star Wars? Pfft. What planet are you living on? And it needs to be white and male. Does it? Does it really? Like, Anna actually made a really, really good point. Let me actually just see if I can pull up this tweet really quickly. Give me 1 sec. I know I got some super chats there. That Star Wars girl. Where is it? Fuck, she gets blocked by a lot of fucking people. This one. She made a really, really good point. Like, look at these. Things that sci-fi fantasy fans have loved for ages. Got a bit of Star Trek there. Stargate. More Stargate. I think that's Star Trek. Oh, no, that's Stargate Atlantis. Star Trek. Anything Zoe Zaldana's been in. Like, where are those toxic, racist fans? Like, I love Stargate. This, I love. This, I love. This, I love, and she's hot. I love Stargate too. Yes, hail SG1. So where were all the racist, toxic fans then for those things? Hey? Let's see, where am I? Fucking that many tabs. Let's go back and continue with some more of these. Full of it. Is that me? Oh, I was so expecting pronouns. As if you needed any more proof that Star Wars is finally appeasing the right-wing shills nowadays. Also took a screenshot. They're not catering to us. They're not appeasing us. They're not. This was a business decision based on the return on investment. That's all that is. That's all this is. They spent $120 million on an absolute flop of a disaster. Or a disastrous flop. I don't care how you say it. And you guys, you shills, you seals, you Disney Star Wars fans weren't there. Where were you? Where were you? Man, oh no, they are there. He, him. So retweeting a Deadline post says, to say I'm disappointed is an understatement. This show got me back into Star Wars. This show got you back into Star Wars? What took you out of Star Wars? What destroyed your enjoyment of Star Wars to make it that this show got you back into Star Wars? Oh man, fuck, that's amazing. To end on such a huge cliffhanger too. What is the huge cliffhanger? Is it the Yoda scene that's the huge cliffhanger? Is it them looking at the sunset, holding hands with a lightsaber in between it? Like, because you wouldn't put it on the belt, you know, you'd hold it in your hand. I really feel like Star Wars is going to learn all the wrong lessons from this. Caving to haters, no more investment in the High Republic era, etc. They're not catering to us. They don't give a fuck about us. Because if they gave a fuck about us, they wouldn't have done the Kiadi Mundi thing. They wouldn't have done the Plagueis thing in this show. They wouldn't have done this stupid fucking, what is it? The enemies to lovers. None of that would have happened. None of that would have happened. How many people are reading the High Republic for them to warrant doing a High Republic something? I think the evidence is based on this show, isn't it? Again, it comes back for me, where were you? Where were you? After all your gift bags and your little things and your visit to Lucasfilm and all of that, where were you? The small, tiny minority. This one's hilarious. Do we get him? No, we don't. I had never had any interest in Star Wars before The Acolyte. Do I need to read on? Like, honestly, who throws a shoe? Do I need to read on? This show single-handedly got me and so many people into the franchise. Sorry, I read that really badly. This show single-handedly got me and many others into the franchise. All those new fans gone because they want to capitalize. No. Capitulate? I don't know. To the racist grifters who were calling their leads slurs. Beyond pathetic. Calling their leads slurs. If there was any of that, it was in retaliation to the hate and everything that we were getting directly from Lucasfilm. But I honestly don't think that there was any of that. We were criticizing the show for what it was. The dismal acting. The pathetic story. The fact that it wasn't Star Wars. The law breaking. The canon breaking. The continuity breaking. Those were the things that we were criticizing, you weirdo. You're not even a Star Wars fan. You were never interested in Star Wars. Yeah, what slurs? It's not like I was calling Leslie Headland a faggot or anything. What else have we got? Oh, so this is a one from our side of the thing, right? Disney blew 180 million on a Star Wars spin-off with non-binary characters and lesbian witches, and it bombed. Everything woke turns to shit. Why is this such a mystery to them? Because they think it's really good. Because it's new and it's progressive and it's, diverse. And that's what they think Star Wars is. And they also think that Star Wars is supposed to be shipping characters and, they're more interested in the lore behind shipping two characters than they are in figuring out what the lore is behind how a tracking fob works. And then we're going to get into that in a second. Let me, I'm going to unstar these. Hold on. I did that one, did that, did that, did that, did that. Ryan Gosling for $2 says, it's okay. Everything post 2012 is fan fiction. 100%. 100%. Ryan Gosling for another $2. Fragile to storytelling, right? Dr. Evil meme. Fragile to storytelling, right? Or right. That's the meme. Thank you. Yeah, they are fragile to storytelling. Mr. Bantham, for a month membership. Thank you. I'm here now. You can stop worrying. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bantham. And we've got Brett for another $2. Always putting words in there that I can't fucking say. Rhino Dyslexia. Is that supposed to be dyslexia? Punctuate me is better. I think that's right. Thanks, Brett, for that. Oh, retarded. All right, let's continue, shall we? So, Valiant Renegade obviously put this out. It was obviously Collider. We know the bar was low, but holy shit. If every signature put up $1 million, they'd get a season 2. Petition to Save The Acolyte already has hundreds of signatures. All right, we got this was posted 22nd. So yesterday for me, yesterday afternoon, about 24 hours ago. This is where it is currently sitting. This is where it's currently sitting. They got 13,779 signatures. Now I want to talk about this number for a second. It's not tiny. But if you think about the box office for The Force Awakens for a second. The box office for The Force Awakens, what was it? 1.7 billion? Now, this is the thing. If there are let's just say 14,000. If there are 14,000 people that want to renew the Acolyte and save the Acolyte, How many of us do you reckon there are that we were able to, what they are saying, we were able to review bomb this show into oblivion, and we have the power. We're the ones that basically forced Disney's hand to cancel this show. How many of us do you reckon there are? I have a video on my channel with more views. So do I. 14,000 signatures. It'd be interesting to see. We might actually save this. It'd be interesting to see where this is at next week. We are Legion. Yeah, we are. There are way more of us. That's why I did that parody video. I wanted more people. I reached out to a lot more people, and there were, there were some that agreed with it but just didn't want to do it. There were some that just didn't want to do it because they don't want to get involved in like this back and forward between two sides of the fan base, multiple sides of the fan base. It's fine. At least there was more people in our video than there was in their video. We are one, we are two, we are many. Yeah. Yep. It goes on though. Spread the word. Hashtag Save the Acolyte. Hashtag Renew the Acolyte. So now they're doing a Save the Acolyte watch party. Episode 8, The Acolyte. They're what? They're only going to watch the last episode. Friday, August 23. That's today. Well, being that it's American time, it's tomorrow. God. Live tweet with Save the Acolyte. We should do something. Fabian, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Really do. You now get access to the emojis. There is still more though. Did the Acolyte deserve to be cancelled? From CBR. Did it deserve to be cancelled? Yes. Did they have to cancel it? I don't think so. They definitely made the right business decision to spend as much as they did on this show and everything. But you look at it, to spend as much as they did on Andor, how much did they spend on Andor and Ahsoka? Fuck. Andor had a $250 million budget. Ahsoka? Ahsoka apparently had around $100 million budget. Andor had a $250 million budget? How much was the budget on Andor? Around $250 million for 12 episodes. Well, that sort of surprises me that Andor's even getting a second season. $250 million. Fucking hell. I think I remember that. I think I remember talking about that. More episodes? Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. It's still ridiculous. Still a ridiculous amount of money. But yes, did the Acolyte deserve to be cancelled? Absolutely it did. It was a shit story. It was shit Star Wars. It was literally just jangling keys on the screen to try and appease the actual Star Wars fans while it being surrounded by all the garbage stuff that the Disney Star Wars fans want to see and love. Andor was shot on location, right? Yeah, it was. Bricks and screws. Oh, man, Star Wars theory. But yeah, The Acolyte did deserve to be cancelled. I don't necessarily like they want to ping it on us and say that it's our fault that it got cancelled. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. If you really want to blame me, you really want to blame Gary, you really want to blame Geeks and Gamers and everybody there, Ryan and everyone there, you really want to blame Melvin, you really want to blame Grizzy, you really want to blame any one of these people, 19 Larry. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. And we'll say, yeah, we won. Until the next show comes out. And then you guys, all you Disney Star Wars seals will be back on board saying that this is the best Star Wars we've ever had. And we'll still be sitting here going, thought you said they were catering to us. This is shit. And then there was this controversy. So apparently they removed all 4 items that were related to the Acolyte from the Disney store. I like how Ryan does his research. So there were 4 items. 4. You know, I reckon there's more items out in the stores and they haven't necessarily pulled those from shelves or anything like this. They were talking about, there was a lot of talk about how they might give this the Willow treatment and, you know, completely remove it off Disney Plus. I very much doubt that they're going to do that, especially after this, right? And all the people that are spurging out about it, right? They're not going to remove it off the platform. But then, I don't know why, but the Acolyte merch is back on the Disney Plus store. So they brought back the 4 items, which is what? 3 t-shirts and a jumper. It was a nothing burger. Because it had nothing to do with like action figures or Lego or anything. It was t-shirts. And they're now back up. So, in all honesty, this could have just been a glitch. Now, it could have been the fact that, yeah, they decided to remove it. And then based on the videos and the backlash and everything that they saw, and all us coming out and going, we won again. I didn't really see anyone say that. But that's what they think that we said. They went, oh, shit, hang on. We've gone a bit too far. And they decided to put all 4 of them back up. Maybe. And that's it on the Acolyte. Look at Mike. Still sending me shit. What did he send me? Let's have a look. Let's see what Mike sent me. I'm always sending me shit, Mike. Oh, hang on. I think that might have been saved from my bookmark. He hasn't sent me anything new. No, that was the last thing, was the merch is back. See, I wouldn't have known that. I was ready to talk about the merch being taken down and having a good laugh at it. I mean, it's still quite funny. But it wasn't until I woke up this morning and Mike sent me that last one to say, hey, look, they put the merch back up. All right, let's get rid of these tabs. So look, just to close out, we're definitely gonna save the petition for next week. We're gonna have a look and see how many more signatures they ended up getting. Okay, beautiful. Look at that. That's so much better. Tabs are bigger. We got rid of some of them. So look, just to close out on obviously this Acolyte stuff. Woo! Whoop-dee-doo! That's what I have to say. I almost wanted a second season. For all the reasons that they don't want me to want a second season. But I don't think I've ever once come out and said they need to cancel this show. I don't want a second season. Because I was completely impartial. I didn't care whether or not we got a second season or not. I don't care what we get out of Star Wars anymore. I personally know that anything that comes out of Disney Lucasfilm now and everything that we've had so far from Disney Lucasfilm isn't Star Wars. Destroy it as much as you want. Pull Revan out. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. What are you going to do with Ahsoka Season 2? What's happening with it? What's going to happen in Andor Season 2? What's going to happen in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie? What's going to happen in the Rey movie? What's going to happen in James Mangold's movie? That's even fucking happening. What about Dave Filoni's little spin-off Mandoverse movie? Do it all. Because the evidence for me is clear that they are using all of this stuff to try and justify the sequels. To try and make them be seen in a better light. That ain't happening. That ain't happening from real Star Wars fans. And you know what's really funny is to the Star Wars fans that you are catering to, the Disney Star Wars fans that you are actually catering to with shows like The Acolyte, they already think that the fucking sequels are good. You don't need to justify it for them. Just like you don't need to justify how a tracking fob works for them. They don't give a fuck. Just like you don't have to justify how you can travel from the core systems from Coruscant to the Outer Rim in seconds. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They've never been Star Wars fans. They've never cared about Star Wars. They care about the platform that this can give them, right? And the shipping and the relationships and the shit that they can get out of it. They don't give a fuck about the lore. They don't give a fuck about the canon. They certainly don't give a fuck about continuity, especially from George Lucas era Star Wars. Because as soon as we point that out, it's like, no, it's not canon. Okay. The established canon behind the lifespan of a species can just be changed on a whim. A character's backstory can be changed on a whim. All on the approval of Dave Filoni. All on the approval of Dave Filoni. G'day, Tim. Good to see you, buddy. Going to be going after Jacob. I just can't believe they think that they're catering to us. This show was not made for us. This show was not made for Star Wars fans. It's mind-blowing, really. Oh, God. All right, let's just quickly get through this one. J.E. Icob. J.A. Icob. Because he's Jacob in AI. Isn't he? I might top up my drink. LOL. Clipped. Clip it. We played it last week, but because Tim's here, I know he loves it so much. I'll be right back, guys.
I'll fix it. A little bit more. Turn a little bit more to the.
Is that better?
There it is. There it is.
I gotta see what I look like on the playback.
You're fine. It's fine. You want to sit in your bed?
I'm missing my bottom teeth, and I've got a triple chin.
Derp. Derp.
I make Star Wars.
He looks like Kramer addressing Newman.
He does. He does. He looks like he's like, Tim, what the fuck? Oh my god, that's great though, Tim. That's great, man.
Yeah, I'll fix yours. Right.
Birds of Prey is going to deal with the misogynistic crowd that you guys have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm missing my bottom teeth.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
I know. Oh my god, dude. Rhino looks like he's gonna take a bite out of Tim's head. Nom 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 nom.
Yeah. Hey Tim, that ale looks quite delicious.
Oh boy.
Hey, I like the way you style your hair. It's kind of cool.
Man.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, that's
Are you
fantastic.
semi-bisexual like me? You can be a part of our alphabet squadrons. Yes, the alphabet squadron.
Are you semi-bisexual like me? Good as. I love Tim's reaction to that. So good. All right. We've topped up some drinks. Ready for round two. Here we go. So, if you're willing to take a risk, the galaxy is full of opportunity. Star Wars Outlaws is coming on August 30th, 2024. I wonder how many. That was 4 years ago. I know, man. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? We'll play on mute here. All good. Go set up your stream. Star Wars Outlaws. I wonder how many people are going to play this game. I heard that Mauler was going to get it and play it. I might watch some of that. I'm more interested in Black Myth. I'm kind of interested in getting that. Although, like, this is the thing. I haven't played games in ages. I haven't even opened my Steam in so long. And the next real game that I'm interested in is Call of Duty, just for the zombie mode. That's it. Black Myth, not Black Men. But yeah, Call of Duty Zombies. I've had some massive zombie withdrawals. I loved playing zombies with Lethal and Mozza and anybody else that really wanted to join. Crew of 4, doing Easter eggs and stuff like that. Zombies goated for me. as one of my favorite games. And the last zombies that they came out with was shit. So I'm really hoping that this is going to be good. From what I'm hearing from Mozza, it is. And playing games, ignoring the chat. That's right. That's what I do. Good times. That's what I do. Rhino, right? Well, that jumped on me. Rhino loves a real BBC. OG Black Ops 2 Zombies games. Yeah. Black Ops 3 as well, I think was good. Cold War. Cold War was fantastic, I think. But yes, I can't wait. Anyway, back to this. Let's watch this. I don't know, like, this was dropped yesterday. So I don't know if this is a new trailer or what this is, or if it's just the old trailer that they've just sort of, you could say, republished on Twitter or on X. I keep calling it Twitter because of how much I like Elon Musk. I really want to try and start calling it X, but you're still calling it like a tweet and stuff like that. So, and I'm so used to calling it Twitter. But yeah, I want to respect Elon Musk's wishes. Yes, Cold War Zombies was great. It was so great. And I played so much of it. And that's what, oh man, we need another good, great zombies game. And I really feel like it's coming. Black Ops 6, is it? I think it's 6. Anyway, let's watch. You guys have audio, yes?
Kay Vess, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel.
God, that looked terrible. Doesn't it look bad to you? It looks bad to me. Look at the hair, the way the hair moved there.
This is your one shot.
Oh my God, that looks horrible.
157 million credits, and I can get you inside.
Get in. How about getting out?
Oh my God. Did they just get into a building because the little dog thing like distracted the guard with cuteness? Oh, look at me, come pat me. And then he's they're like distracted by the dog thing. Maybe he's going over to kill it? Maybe? I don't know.
How about getting out?
Oh, whoa. Even like the lips don't even really sync up with the word.
How about getting out?
Oh, that looks horrible.
This job, it's a death wish.
Your lives are over. Your family, friends, gone. There's nowhere in the galaxy you can hide.
Stunning and brave and brave.
Get in with the
Brave.
underworld's most dangerous syndicates.
Please.
And pull off the greatest heist the Outer Rim has ever seen.
Seriously fun.
I'm in.
Han Solo ripoff. Yeah, I think so. Now, I have a question, actually, and we're going to do a quick search here. Star Wars Outlaws. Oops, there's no space there. Laws. Oh, hang on. Is Star Wars Outlaws canon? Is Star Wars Outlaws canon? Given its place in the Star Wars canon, yes. Okay. So when does take place? Star Wars Outlaws takes place between the events of Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Right. Just more shit for them to fuck up, I guess. I should have known that because we see Han in Carbonite, don't we? In one of the trailers. So that was a new trailer. Again, I don't think anyone is really going to play it. There's going to be a few. I'd be interested to see the numbers, like opening day. How many players? Like you think about Black Myth. Man, 2 million players in like 24 to 48 hours. I haven't even bought the game yet. You know why I haven't bought it either? Because I bought Ghost of Tsushima and I haven't even booted the game up. Haven't even booted the game up. Stick with a few good mobile video games. It looks all right. To me, it actually doesn't look all right. Like it looks incomplete to me. Looks like PS2 game almost. Melvin's in the chat. He said, casual Filoni lovers don't realize the entire timeline has been destroyed. That's true. Very true, actually. The timeline has been destroyed. Massively. Massively. Ghost is really good. Yeah, no, I watched Ryan play it a little bit and stuff, and there's so many games though that I want to play. So much that I want to do. Tell you what, if I was able to do this full time, I'd do a lot more gaming streams. A lot more gaming streams. Okay, if I was able to do this full time, this is probably what I'd do. Monday, I'd do a video or two and then do a gaming stream. Tuesday, I'd do a video or two and then probably a normal stream of some kind. Wednesday, I'd alternate that back to a couple of videos and a gaming stream. Thursdays, I'd probably take the break. Friday, I'd do Casual Rage and I'd probably just stick to just Casual Rage on the Friday. And then maybe after that, a gaming stream, possibly. Saturday and Sunday, actually, I'd probably change Wednesday with Thursday because we've got full Aussie stuff on the Wednesday. Saturday, I'd do a video or two, and then we've got full Aussie stuff, usually every second week. And Sunday, I'd probably just do Flashcast still, and that's it. That would be my week. How cool would that be? I think it'd be pretty fucking cool. All right. Oh, man. Ryan for £5, I think that is. Euros? I don't know. One of those two. I can never tell anymore. Says, my theory is Hamill went a little nuts after his motorcycle accident all those years ago. Similar to Gary Busey. I don't know who that is, unfortunately. Something happened. Something happened in 2016 to Mark Hamill. Can't really put my finger on it. I know. Thank you, Ryan. Great name, by the way. Okay. We are going to talk about Mark Hamill. But we're not quite there yet, Ryan. We're not quite there yet. Oh, okay. Thanks. And Brett for $2 says, slap Mozza for me. I will when I see him. Hopefully in December. We'll do MozzaCon 2024. Over my birthday weekend. That's the plan, Stan. All right, let's talk a little bit about Star Wars Theory. Now, Star Wars Theory for me was sort of coming around a little bit. You know, obviously he saw the disasters within the Acolyte, and he's still riding the fence in regards to Dave Filoni. I know that. He was starting to sort of say a couple of things, but he wasn't quite committed yet. And I think after some of the streams that he did with Mauler and Critical Drinker, Ryan, they've started sort of getting the idea in his head a little bit that Dave Filoni isn't the right person. And no one over there at Lucasfilm is. They've talked multiple times about how they would completely clean house at Lucasfilm. Theory wouldn't, but, you know, Mauler and Ryan would, and they gave their reasons why and everything. And he obviously knows that Ryan hates Dave Filoni. But let's take a look at this. So this is his reaction, you could say, to The Acolyte being cancelled. We've just got a 1.5-minute clip here. Let's take a listen.
The Acolyte canceled. No season 2 for Disney Plus's Star Wars series. They've seen the ratings. The Nielsen ratings came out, and it had the lowest, let me repeat, the lowest viewership in a finale of any Disney Star Wars product on Disney Plus. I never want to start this thing by saying we won, because whenever a Star Wars project is canceled, we all lose. I'm not saying that's because I want Acolyte season 2. I'm saying it's because the Acolyte never should have happened the way that it did. If we were going to get a Acolyte,
I'd say with The Mandalorian we lost, with Obi-Wan Kenobi we lost, Boba Fett we lost, Andor we lost, the sequels we lost, Solo we definitely lost, as well as them losing money. Rogue One, I reckon we lost. The most praised Disney Star Wars movie. I'd say we've lost all of it. Guys, that's a great freeze frame, isn't it?
show, it should have been really great. It should have been unanimously.
Yes, Star Wars. All of Star Wars should have been really great.
Voted. Everyone loves it so much. There aren't any downvotes on Rotten Tomatoes. It doesn't matter. And I know, you know, a lot of people like to throw this whole political bullshit game in there, like, oh, because it's directed by a woman, everyone wants it to fail. What about Bryce Dallas Howard? People seem to like her. There's a lot of other females that are in charge of Star Wars and have a lot to do with Star Wars. So rather, let's just look at it factually, and numbers don't lie. This is at least a little bit of hope. Like, okay, cool. They recognize that this did not do well, and there's reason for that. It's not.
See, he sees hope in that. I don't. I just see that they made a business decision to not continue it because it wasn't like The Mandalorian, where it's shit Star Wars, but it's received really well by fence sitters like yourself. You know,
because YouTubers have that much power and pull to stop people from free thinking. It's because the show was shit. I think, you know, that there should be somebody there, maybe with a cowboy hat, who says, hey, no, this doesn't fly.
Oh, somebody there with a cowboy hat that says that this doesn't fly. Dude, get it through your thick, dumb cunt skull that he was okay with what they did in The Acolyte, you absolute moronic, retarded, dumb cunt. The man with the cowboy hat helped with Obi-Wan Kenobi. The man with the cowboy hat helped with Boba Fett. The man with the cowboy hat destroyed Star Wars from the moment he fucking stepped foot in there. Leslie Headland said that she went to Dave Filoni for assistance. He even said at Star Wars Celebration, how good is Leslie Headland and the Acolyte's going to be amazing. He read the script. You are retarded, Star Wars Theory. You are so delusional. You are just as delusional as the people that are calling all of us racists and sexist and misogynistic. Bigots. They're delusional for thinking that we had any power over them cancelling this. They're delusional for thinking that this was a great success. But you are delusional for thinking that Dave Filoni is still being honorable to George Lucas and being honorable to Star Wars and being honorable to the fans. You are one weird cookie. I don't get it. The man with the hat signed off on this and approved it. Oh, but it didn't finish writing and filming. He didn't get promoted until after it finished being written and filmed. No, you absolute morons. They updated the website for his promotion that he got 2 years prior. And they retitled the name. It's like me being promoted to, let's say, new car manager, and then a year or two later being like retitled as general manager, but it's still the same role. They're one and the same. Not getting paid anymore. Don't have any newer responsibilities. The same responsibilities as that original promotion to become new car manager is the same fucking responsibilities and same fucking things that I need to do as general manager. Same. It's all the same.
Hi, we're not doing this. This kind of messes up this story and that story. I care about Star Wars. I want Star Wars.
Do you think that he was... Do you really think that he made those comments about Ki-Adi-Mundi coming in? Does he even know the law well enough to actually sit there and say, no, you can't bring Ki-Adi-Mundi in, and this is why? What are you doing with Plagueis? Why are you bringing Plagueis in? What's this at the end, that Yoda is now being informed of what actually happened throughout this complete ridiculous story? Did he sit there and say, no, you can't do that? No, he sat there and said, yeah, okay, we can make that work. Jangling keys.
Star Wars to thrive. I want it to be dope. I don't want it to be a laughing stock, but I'm going to call it out.
Okay. I don't want it to be a laughing stock either. I want Star Wars to be great too. But as we get more and more into this era of Disney Star Wars, the more and more I see that we're not actually getting any Star Wars. That it completely disconnects from any lore, canon, and continuity that was created by George Lucas Star Wars. He's back in the dog box for me. He was starting to come out, starting to reveal himself. Huh. He actually is fucking normal. And then we had this. I don't know if I want to really read through this whole fucking thing. E-girls and opportunists. 6 months or so ago, I made a tweet about e-girls and OF girls who incorporate Star Wars and nerd fandom into their online post personality saying they are fake. Saying they are fake opportunists. He was saying that they were fake opportunists. I don't agree with what I said. To be honest, I never did. This sounds like, to me, caving to the mob. Almost comes across as an apology, which it is. I don't know. Sure, if they don't give a fuck about said fandom and use it to pander to their audience, it's not genuine, but honestly, that's not my business. Am I the genuine police? The elitist police? No. They're playing to their market, and to be honest, no one is going to them for lore content, so I don't really see the problem. It's like dress up, and there's a big market for that, clearly. Okay? I did exactly what people do to me, which is allow myself to believe what others tell me about people. So what? Because somebody said that they're fake e-girls. Who said that they're fake e-girls and opportunists? Because I think they are. You know, in all those videos, all those clips of the ones that we showed on the video that Steph put out on Twitter, on X, opportunists. Absolutely. They get their free gift bags. They want to turn Star Wars into something that it's not and never has been. And they are opportunists. Without divulging more than necessary, I had a friend who was very upset with some women in the OF OnlyFans space. I don't know why you can't say OnlyFans. OF space. And she was always telling me for years how unfair this and that is. Okay. They got more opportunists. And so for over a year of hearing this, I thought I was being a good friend by making a post like that after all the horrible things they do to her and other stuff. It might be the way I'm reading this, but okay. Let me blow it up so you guys can actually read it, you know, because you probably read it better than I can. I was sticking up for my friend in my mind. So by saying that these people are opportunists, trying to mix, you know, this is the same as Mark Hamill. This is the same as Mark Hamill mixing Star Wars in with politics. You know, go force yourself. May the force be with you. All the shit. Joby-Wan Kenobi. All of that. It's the same thing. These e-girls, these opportunists are definitely out there. And a lot of them are in that loud minority. You read better than Beardo? I actually don't think I do, to be honest with you. I don't like that I made that tweet, and I don't agree with what I said. I have a few friends online in the OnlyFans space who were like, Neil, what the fuck? I don't know what that is. Why did you say that shit? And when I explained in detail to them privately, they understood the backstory. But it just hasn't. So hang on. you now disagree with what you said, but when you explained why you said what you said to them, they understood the backstory. So do you agree with what you said, or do you not agree with what you said? And do those people now agree with what you said because they now can see and understand your backstory? What? But it just hasn't sat well with me since then, considering it was a public post. I'd love to give full context, but I don't want to make a mess of things, and I believe it's just best to move on. As for the opportunist comment, I think we're all opportunists to some extent, including me. I make money from talking about Star Wars while talking about Star Wars. While that isn't my motivation, it is still fact. And for those whose money is their motivation, it's not my business or place to be elitist about it. That's ego. I'm not happy I allowed others. I'm not happy I allowed others' influence, and constant bitching to sway me to believe things about people or a group of people that I had never met before. It's something that it's something that is done to me daily for years. I know how it feels, and I don't want to be like those people. To anyone I hurt with that tweet, I'm sorry. I figured I'd be transparent with my thoughts as my values have changed, and I want to be real about it. I'm sorry if I fucked any of that up, but you get the idea. He's basically like, I don't know what the opportunist comment was or what the opportunist tweet was, but I am guessing that obviously it's got something to do with this. The fact that they're bringing Star Wars nerd fandom, stuff like that into and to promote their OnlyFans. They do. As far as I'm concerned, they fucking do. Now, could there be someone that does OnlyFans that is actually a genuine Star Wars fan? Absolutely there could be. Absolutely there could be. Could there be some e-girls out there that are actually so? Absolutely. But the ones that we see, the very loud ones that we see, talk about shipping. They talk about the diversity in these shows and stuff like that. Those ones aren't real Star Wars fans. They aren't. So, Star Wars series gone back to riding the fence again, making sure that he can have both sides of the fandom, watch his streams, send him super chats. He says it's not about the money, but this is your job, right? You're going to make money somehow. So to some degree, it is about the money. And I'm not saying that it's 100% about the money, right? You do it because you love it. I get it. I do this because I love it. It's not about the money, the super chats and the members and stuff like that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for those that extra support that you do give. I do really appreciate it. But I've got a full-time job. I make my money. I pay my mortgage. I've got my own house. I've got my own car. Like, I've got my own life. I do this because I love doing this. I do this because I love the chat. I love talking to you guys about this stuff. I love Star Wars, real Star Wars, and I'm willing to go out there and watch the shit Star Wars so that I can give my commentary and my criticism of it. If it was 100% about the money, you would be having problems. I certainly would. But for somebody that does it full time, well, that's your main source of income, right? To some degree, it is a little bit about the money. Now, I know that Star Wars Theory is big enough that he's got his theory sabers and he's got like companies and stuff like that. He's become a real entrepreneur when it comes to this kind of thing. And good for him. Good for him. But you know what this post tells me? This is him doing a Michael Jordan. Republicans buy cars too. Buy cars too. Listen to me. Buy shoes too. Right? Now I tell people to take that on board and be like that. But you can't jeopardize your integrity to do that. If your opinion is that these people out there are basically grifting, right, for their OnlyFans, and they're using Star Wars and they're using nerd fandom and being opportunists, then if the shoe fits, so he's gone back to riding the fence. Based on that first clip, he still thinks Dave Filoni is the right person to move Star Wars forward. Completely disagree. And I don't know how, after some of the conversations that he has had with Mauler, with Drinker, with Ryan, stuff like that, how he can still have that thought process. Now, he has justified it in one of those streams with them where he said, I do this because I just want to have some sort of hope. And Dave Filoni gives him that hope. I think it's time to get out of denial. I think it's really time to get out of denial. Don't you think? I mean, Star Wars Theory on Stargrift and a few other streams has made himself look so bad. I've done videos on them. Go check them out if you haven't watched them. He's made himself look like an absolute moron, really. Fuck, I need to go to the bathroom. Should have gone when I took that break before, but I wasn't like super needing to piss. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm going to have to just chuck in another quick break here. Let's see, what can I play you? I could do nap time. I haven't played that for a little while. Fuck, I don't know if this is long enough. I'm going to just take myself off screen. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry.
I said Lyndon would go to the tree and do some ASMR for you, Lethal. In your honor.
I'm so sorry. He'd be hugging that tree. And then he'd be punching it and slapping it, going, "You took my friend." Kicking it. How dare you?
That would be you, Rhino.
Nah. Boy. I'd be there going, "Why? Fuck you, Disney! Why?" All right. Sorry about that. Let's see. Where are we going from here? Again, thank you all for being here. We've been hovering sort of between that 40 and 50 mark. Really appreciate all you guys. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. To all the people that come in and rewatch the stream. Hi. Subscribe. All right. Just came back. What are we doing? Well, we just talked about Star Wars theory. We talked a lot about the Acolyte because obviously there's a lot to talk about. We're at 69 likes. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Where are we? That's that. And then we've got Seal of the Week. All right, cool. Let me bring this up. I don't know why this is a headline. I don't know why this is a headline. Hang on a second. Captain Keeley. I know this may sound terrible, but for theory, to change someone, change someone close to him, has to drill it in that Star Wars under Disney isn't the Star Wars he loved for so long, will not get better, and he has to let it go. Well, it's not a matter of letting it go. Like, I haven't let it go. I mean, I've let go of the fact that we're going to get some good Star Wars, and I've let go of the fact that there is any connection between Disney Star Wars and real Star Wars. I've now gotten to a point, they've destroyed so much of it that I've now finally gotten to a point where I can separate the two. Right? And I've read enough of the EU now where I can really separate the two on top of that. But I don't know what Theory's thing is, especially when it comes to this man here. Dave Filoni. But Dave Filoni co-wrote the Mandalorian and Grogu movie alongside Jon Favreau. Why is this a headline? I mean, okay. So does that mean when it fails, and it fails on the premise of story, it fails on the premise of lore and canon and continuity, what it does to those things, are we finally allowed to point the finger at Dave Filoni? I mean, we're already there in my eyes. We're already at a point where we can sit there and say, Dave, this is on you just as much as anybody else. But I don't understand why this is a headline. I read this and I go, no shit. No fucking shit. They did the Mandalorian TV series together. Why wouldn't they do this together? Is there going to be a headline saying that Jon Favreau is co-writing Dave Filoni's Mandoverse movie with Filoni? No shit. I would expect that. Wouldn't you? This is not news. This is not a headline. This is not anything that anyone didn't already know. Keely Chow, how you doing? Takes me straight into Tamora Morrison confirms he won't be returning as Boba Fett in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Citing that the poor reception of the Book of Boba Fett series has impacted the character's future in the franchise. Is that our fault? This almost seems like a cancellation of Boba Fett as a character. Where's all the fucking Disney seals spurging about this? Because the poor reception is our fault, isn't it? The shit that they did in that, the law breaking that they did in that. And there is a massive amount of law breaking. They broke law of an entire fucking planet when it comes to Tatooine and the Tuscans. Who cares if Tamora Morrison as Boba Fett's in it or not? Because the thing is that if we were to get Tamora Morrison as Boba Fett in this Mandalorian and Grogu movie, guess what? You're not actually seeing Boba Fett. You're seeing Disney's version of Boba Fett. The cuck, the bitch, the one that can't understand anything and needs fucking Fennec Shan to whisper what the actual person's saying to him. And then last but not least, Pedro Pascal will film scenes for The Mandalorian and Grogu later this year. The fact that this is a headline is hilarious to me. Because he's not filming. I don't even know if he was in season 3. Like his voice was, yeah. But I think that's all it was. G'day, Scran. How you doing? Congrats on hitting that 100, man. That's always the first step. That 100's always the hardest to get to, and you got there. Well done. Very well done. Come back and watch the replay. All good. All good. Congratulations, dude. If you're not subscribed to Star Wars Screen, go over and give him a sub. He's doing some good work over there. All right. So, yeah. All the headlines revolving around the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is like, duh. Oh, man. Is there anything else? Oh, there was this. Robert Downey Jr. says Jon Favreau is the Elon Musk of cinema. Did he really say that? I mean, I haven't got in and fucking like vetted this to see if it's like legit. But, you know, I will say Culture Crave is usually pretty good when it comes to grabbing these quotes or whatever. Robert Downey Jr. says Jon Favreau is the Elon Musk of cinema. Wow. That's some high praise. Oh, it depends on which side of the political aisle you sit on. That's some either high praise or some dog shit fucking wow. How dare you say that about Jon Favreau, the savior of Star Wars, alongside Dave Filoni. All right, let's just keep going, shall we? The Acolyte, Ahsoka premiered a year ago today. Where does this rank in your live-action Star Wars TV shows? Along the bottom with, like the bottom of the barrel with all of the others? This is the thing. Ranking these shows, it's like, yeah, this one might be a touch better than this one, or this one might be a touch better than that one. But guess what? They all sit at the bottom of the barrel in the garbage junk, like gunk at the bottom of the barrel. But again, I don't know why this is news. It premiered a year ago. Okay. And, you know, you might make the argument, oh, but Rhino, you know, we celebrate the 25th anniversary of this or the 40th anniversary of this. Yeah, that's 40 years, man. Not just a year. And Ahsoka was shit. Ahsoka was received really poorly. It was actually received poorly from the Disney Star Wars shills. some of them praised it, but there was still a lot out there where like, oh, hang on a second. They did find a way to justify it though in their headcanon. Tomorrow Morrison. Is that how it sounded? Tomorrow Morrison? Tomorrow Morrison. People make fun of how people make fun of how I pronounce shit all the time. Should have seen my Boba Fett. Go and look at the comments of my Boba Fett video. The Boba Fett dies or what? I can't remember the name of the video now. But go and check that out. Man, everybody's like making fun of how I say Boba Fett. Boba Fett? Boba Fett. Boba Fett? I don't know. Brett with another 5 gifted memberships. Dude, legend. Legend. Appreciate it. And hello. Hello. Ahsoka was an awful show. I'd argue that it was even worse than The Acolyte as a show. I still think Acolyte is worse because Acolyte in the writing, like the writing in Ahsoka, don't get me wrong, is bad, but it had a through line. It had like at least some plot. The Acolyte's got nothing going for it, to be honest with you. Rhino thinks you care. Call him a cunt. Call him a cunt. It makes him feel better. It's true. But here, we call Disney Star Wars cunts.
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt!
That's right. Called Disney Star Wars cunts. All right, let me get rid of some of these tabs that we've already gone through. Ahsoka. Season 2 is going to be bad. Like real bad. We're probably going to watch a Grizzy video. I did see him release one. Let me go to his channel really quickly. Let the tears flow. That's the one we're going to watch. That's the one we're going to watch. All right, last but not least, let's talk a little bit about Mark Hamill before we get into Seal of the Week. Mark Hamill. So I did a video on this, of course. Mark Hamill was at Fan Expo in Chicago and also at the DNC. And basically, let me reshare. You can watch my video. We're not going to talk about this for too long. Let's just watch what he says. Everybody's heard it.
I said that before, I say, may the force be with you. Unless you're MAGA, then you can go force yourself.
Now, the rest of this doesn't matter. The rest of it doesn't matter. This is, I'm just sick of anyone. But it's so predominant with Mark Hamill where he brings in quote unquote lore or quotes or whatever from Star Wars and brings it into his political ideals and basically says that if you are politically opposed to his views, then, basically Star Wars isn't for you. And this is where I would like to ask Lucasfilm, how do you feel about this? It's not Mark Hamill's IP to do this with, but you're okay with this, correct? Now, again, bringing up Gina Carano, she isn't allowed, correct? Now, this is the thing, though, is Gina Carano didn't merge the two together. She never used Star Wars as the predominant platform to promote what she wanted to say politically. Now, the thing is what she did say and what she did do and what she posted politically wasn't even controversial. That's the crazy thing. What he's doing here is brought up the whole Michael Jordan thing. Republicans buy shoes too. That's gone completely out the window. Why? Because these people have TDS. They fucking Trump derangement syndrome. Best 4 years of my life was when Trump was in office. Crazy. Crazy. You got to keep this shit separate because you're pissing off people, Mark. And you'd say good. You would say good because the people that you're pissing off are the ones that you want to piss off, right? But this isn't a good thing for the franchise of Star Wars when they have just cancelled a show that apparently the right-wingers are the ones responsible for. Mark Hamill has basically just said that the people that the SEALs are blaming for the cancellation of this show aren't accepted in the Star Wars universe anyway, aren't accepted in the Star Wars fan base anyway. So it's always our fault. No matter what, no matter which way you see it, it is always our fault. Good. All right. I'll take the responsibility. I am so powerful. I am so strong and powerful. I'm just as powerful as Nerdrotic. I'm just as powerful as Jeremy Griggs. I'm just as powerful as Ryan Kennel, Disparu, Mauler, Critical Drinker. I am so powerful that I have the ability to just put it into the ether and it'll happen. Cancel this show. Give us Skeleton Crew, please, because that's what I want. What? The people that are responsible for the cancellation of The Acolyte are the people that Mark Hamill just said, go force yourself to. Is that a good thing, Lucasfilm? And that's the other thing too. You're not wrong. I hate this dude now. Says some dumb shit. He says some dumb shit. But I even mentioned this in my video. I liked Mark Hamill. He was Luke Skywalker. It was awesome. Not anymore. I'd really love it if he was going to be at LA Comic-Con. I wouldn't even get in the line. I'd just get in an earshot of him being able to hear me. And I'd just yell out, Mark, I'm going to go force myself. If he's there, is he going to LA Comic-Con? "2024 guests. Guests. No, it's Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. No Mark Hamill. It's a bit unfortunate. God, I wish he was going to be there. Because I would do that. Honestly. I wouldn't try and make a massive scene out of it or anything like that. All I'd do is sort of walk past, make sure that the entire line can hear me. And just yell out, hey, Mark Hamill, I'm going to go force myself. Sorry, I'm not giving you $500 today. Just keep walking. And I can talk pretty fucking loud. He would flip his shit. Maybe I'll just yell out, I'm an Australian Trump supporter. I'm going to go force myself. God, I wish he was going to be there. All right, let's do Seal of the Week. Now, obviously, all of the people that we went over in the initial Acolyte stuff all could have been nominated. Every single one of them could have been nominated for Seal of the Week. 100%. 100%. But we got new ones. Bro, what was it? $700 for a signature? No, I think the cheapest one was $400. The bulky one, the most expensive one, $700. Call him Jake Skywalker. He is Jake Skywalker. So funny. He changed in the movies, turned into Jake Skywalker, and he's turned into Jake Hamill in real life. All right. Okay, Miss J. Should talk to him about electric cars. I saw another video of an electric car blowing up the other day. All right, let's do it. And we'll watch a Grizzy video, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. I need to go to the barber and get a haircut before I jump on the Jack Show. Hopefully they're still going. I don't even know if I'm going to do it. It's getting later and later. And then after these streams, I'm like a little bit tired. It does take a bit of energy, a bit of effort. We'll see. I'm just going to play this just because I like it. It's so funny. Just before we play it, we'll go straight into the intro bit. It's so funny, man.
Pump the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that.
Blab's got tranced. All right, here we go.
I'm all the Jedi.
Dude, it's fair enough. I love the seal clapping emojis. Good stuff, guys. And I just want to point this out. It is true. He did coin the name Jake Skywalker. And it's funny that he is now embodying Jake Skywalker in real life. All right, let's do Seal of the Week. So nominee number 1. No pronouns in bio, but we definitely have the hashtag Renew the Acolyte in the name. Believe it or not. Jesus. Amandla and Manny were both so excited to share this amazing and original Star Wars story with the fans. There's no story there, you weirdo. The entire cast and crew deserve so much better. Hashtag Renew the Acolyte. Hashtag Save the Acolyte. No one cares about the actors and whether or not they deserve better or not. You just want to see these two characters. What about Leslie Edlund's wife? Why doesn't she deserve better and get a name drop? What about Basil? Basil doesn't. You know why? Because all you care about is Amanda Stenberg and Manny and their relationship on screen. You'd be one of those people that if, let's say, Manny was in a relationship with somebody other than Amandla, like you'd want him, you'd bully the shit out of him to break up with his girlfriend or wife or whoever so that he can be with Amandla in real life. That's how weird you are. We got Nathan here, who's a 25-year-old he, him. Pronouns in bio. Can't believe we're saying goodbye to this level of lightsaber action. Hashtag Renew the Acolyte. Hashtag Save the Acolyte. The lightsaber action was shit. What are you talking about? 25-year-old he, him. Bet you know nothing about Star Wars. You just want women like this. Nominee number 3. Do we have pronouns? No, we got nothing in the bio. When was the account made? Doesn't even say that. You were unforgettable. Hashtag Oshamir. Hashtag renew the Acolyte. These are the fans that Disney wanted, and they cancelled their show on them. Some clip Rhino reading that. And then last but not least, no pronouns in bio. God, please take away all Manny and Amandala's pain and give it to those incels. I don't need to say anymore. They're your fucking 4 nominees. Absolute retarded losers. They only mention these 2 characters, these 2 actors. They don't give a fuck about Star Wars lore, canon, continuity, any of that stuff. They just want to see Oshamir. Oh, I'm not sending myself a super chat. I'm setting up a poll, you idiot. One, 2, 3, 4. Fuck, even Star Wars Theory could have got a nomination this week. There's the poll. Get your votes in. So nominee number 1, that Amandala and Manny deserve better. Can't believe they cancelled, or we're saying goodbye to this level of lightsaber action. Unforgettable Oshamir. And the pain that Manny and Amandala are suffering needs to go to the incels. My pronouns, Rhino, rainy reindeer, drippy drops. Okay. Thank you, Brett, for the $2. All right, they're your nominees. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. All right. Get your seal clapping emojis in the chat. All right, let's do this. Now, as I always say, if you're not subscribed to Grizzy, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? How's he going on that subscribe count? 23.5 thousand subscribers. That's good, man. That's really good. He's been doing YouTube less than me, and he's, what, 5 times my sub count? 4? Doing a great job. Love Grizzy. All right, we're going to watch this video. So the thumbnail says, "Let the tears flow." And I hate this fandom. That's good. The title is "Woke Disney Star Wars Shills Meltdown Over the Acolyte Cancellation." Let's watch. Oh,
What do you guys want to talk about? So, what do you guys want to talk about?
Star Wars The Acolyte is done. Canceled. Finished.
So long, goodbye, adios, sayonara.
Now, this may come as a shock to some of you, but there are a few people out there who are...
There's some dudes in that picture. Oh, no. I think it's a bit of a stretch to call them dudes. There's certainly no dude bros, right? Bright?
People out there who are not too happy about it.
A lot of people are pissed. A lot of people are really upset about this decision, and I
don't know about a lot. Don't know about a lot.
I think they are completely justified in feeling that way.
Yeah. So are we justified? Hang on, Kyle Katan. Are we justified to be pissed off with Lucasfilm for decanonizing the EU? Are we justified in being pissed off that they keep trashing all over Star Wars lore, canon, and continuity? No, we're just the bigots. They're allowed to spurg. They're allowed to call us names. They're allowed to call out Lucasfilm, right, and say that they're catering to us, even though they're not. It is so very much rules for thee, not for me.
Justified in feeling that way.
Yeah.
Of course you do. I just don't get it. Like, if you sat down and watched The Acolyte all in one sitting from start to finish, how are you going to sit there and, first of all, tell me that you don't want more of that story? And second of all, sit there and tell me that that wasn't good.
Because most people either A, have a brain that works, or B, are not paid by Disney.
Who doesn't want to see more Plagueis? Who doesn't want to see more Chimera?
What we saw wasn't Plagueis. It was, but it wasn't. And seeing more Chimera, why? So you can get a little seduction.
Who doesn't want to see more Vanestra and see how she and Chimera had that falling out and ended with her lightsaber on his back, giving him this massive scar, turning him to the dark side? Who doesn't want to see that?
Me.
Well, I guess I'd have to say a very large majority of people, actually.
And
it's okay, though. You don't have to get triggered.
Are we stupid? Have we lost our goddamn minds?
You have.
Can you imagine what would have happened if Marvel had decided not to proceed with Iron Man movies after Iron Man 2?
Iron Man was good. What are you talking about?
You're actually comparing The Acolyte to Iron Man.
Right, idiot, yes.
And I think you guys already know at this point that these Acolyte shills, they are a very sensitive, a very emotional group of mentally challenged people. So naturally, when The Acolyte gets canceled, these people need someone to blame for it. These people need desperately someone to lash out at.
At the very least, there needs to be some kind of formal statement from Lucasfilm explaining this decision and condemning the behavior of these fans who believe that they have won with their racism and...
They've already condemned it, Saya. They've already condemned the fans. They attack the fans constantly. Real Star Wars fans, not you. Not you. They condemn us already. This show was made for you, and you guys didn't show up. We've talked about it. My God.
Homophobia.
So obviously, they're going to blame us.
Yeah.
The review bombing was pretty shitty. You know, people who didn't even give the show a chance.
When The Acolyte was first announced as a female-run show with Leslie Headland at the helm, starring a black femme and a diverse cast of characters...
I thought she was non-binary, not a black femme. Like, isn't that bigotry?
Unlike we had seen in a Star Wars project before, the review bombers...
Yeah, you know why we haven't seen it in Star Wars before? Because it's not fucking Star Wars.
Took to the internet before the show even had a chance to air.
We're getting insanely good Star Wars content, and we just have a portion of the fandom screaming and yelling about bullshit.
Where are the fans that love it? Where are they? All you guys. A small portion of the fan base that are loud. We're apparently the loud vocal minority sitting there hating it, review bombing it, all of this stuff. If we are the small minority, that means based on, let's say, democracy, you guys should be winning.
All the fucking time.
Even something like the piece of art that was Kenobi.
The piece of art that was Kenobi.
That, children, was the first time I sucked a dick for crack.
Everyone in the Gatekeeper so bullshitted and complained about, like, oh, why is Moses here? Like, oh, why are the Inquisitors here?
I hate the fact that the Fandom Menace are going to see this as a victory.
I know that there's going to be a...
Fandom Menace doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore.
A lot of people on the internet that are going to be taking this as like their own sort of win.
There's going to be people who are going to be celebrating this news because even before the show got its first trailer, they were, you know, vying for this show to fail because they don't like diversity.
This show brought out and finally just revealed to me that part of this fandom, and not just Star Wars fandom, just fandom in general, consists of some of the whiniest people I believe I have ever encountered in my life.
All right, this is kind of a long clip, so I got to pause real quick, but smash that like button if you enjoy watching Disney shills cry.
But it was just genuinely surprising how whiny a large portion of this audience is.
Okay, so this guy is triggered because a majority of Star Wars fans don't like a TV show that he likes.
They had to complain about, oh my God, Candy Mundy's birthday's wrong. Oh my God, there's a gay witch. It's just so infuriating.
You are a sad, strange little man.
This guy literally just admitted that he is massively triggered, and yet in his mind, we are the whiners. Okay, got it.
There are a lot of people out there that are claiming this is some sort of a victory who, like you said, don't really have any power here, but they're going to take that credit, you know? I mean, Kathleen Kennedy's getting up.
So hang on, Carl. Is it on us or is it not on us? Can you guys make up your mind, please? We don't have any power, but we're going to take it as a win. So why did it get cancelled? We don't have the power. It wasn't us that got this show cancelled. What was it that got the show cancelled? Could it possibly be that it had the worst ratings of any Star Wars TV show ever? Could it possibly be the fact that they spent $180 million on this show and they didn't get return on investment? Could it possibly be the fact that the criticism that came out for this show was possibly actually listened to and they're like, oh shit, I doubt that last one. But for the last, 24, 48 hours, all we've heard from your side of the fandom is it's the toxic, misogynistic bigots on that side of the fandom that, that Lucasfilm is catering to. Where for years we've been saying the same shit. And what, now all of a sudden, because they cancel a show that apparently you thought was really good, we now have all the power. Make up your fucking mind.
And they're probably going to take credit for that too.
This guy, by the way, is a huge Kathleen Kennedy supporter and defends her regularly.
While there is enough here to make me become more cynical and a little bit more like distant about it, I'm going to choose not to do that because that's not the kind of person that I like to be. And so
I love how fake news Kyle Katarn is trying to be calm, cool, and collected here right after he had a meltdown on Twitter, whining about being cyberbullied because people called him out for being a paid Disney shill. Yeah. And who is he to call other people chuds and incels? This guy has been so desperate for a Star Wars girlfriend that he recently got catfished by a 36-year-old man. Catfish Katarn, ladies and gentlemen.
You probably have never been laid.
Because what Lucasfilm is doing with this decision is allowing the bigots to win, allowing the bigots to run with this and decide, even if that's not the original intention of canceling the show, that they have won, that they are correct, that Star Wars needs to be white and male, and it can't be anything else.
Please.
I have one word for these lunatics: clueless. Thank you, Griff.
Please, sweetheart, show me one tweet, one video clip of someone actually saying that.
Can't do it, can you?
And a lot of, opinions being formed just off of, a few big YouTubers who are the typical kind of candidates for, rage bait, because that's how they make money.
Rage bait for money. Yeah, because all you Disney shills, you're not doing it for the money. You're not doing what you do in the hopes that Disney notices you and rewards you for it.
Your Star Wars Theory, your Nerdrotic, your Geeks and Gamers, all of the usual suspects who will rile up their audience.
I want to point something out here. It's funny that these people know Gary's opinion, Geeks and Gamers' opinion, Star Wars Theory's opinion. No, the only reason why I know this guy's opinion is because of Grizzy's video. I don't go out and search for these retards and what their opinions are. I mean, I watch Disparu. I watch Ryan. And probably Ryan is one of the ones that I will make sure that anytime he does a Star Wars video, I'm watching that video. He knows his shit inside out and back to front. Mauler, Gary, all of those guys. Yeah, I'll watch them, right? But like, especially something like the Mauler ones and stuff like that, like I find a way to laugh when I watch those guys. I'd love to be involved in the conversation, you know, because I would have something to add to a lot of those things. But it's funny how these people know all of those people. And, you know, it's funny. Other than Star Wars Theory's fence sitting and his channel, there are no big Disney Star Wars channels really out there. There's a couple. I mean, how many subscribers does Kyle Katarn have? I don't even know. I haven't even fucking gone on his channel. I haven't even ever fucking looked. The only reason why I know about Kyle Katarn is because of Twitter and because of fucking Grizzy's videos. Or Melvin's videos or Melvin's streams.
At least they have an audience, Simon, and they're not a dead channel getting less than 1,000 views on their Acolyte video here.
Oh, now. Grizzy, I sometimes get less than 1,000 views.
Like you are.
If you hate the show just because it was, you know, Disney and you think it was woke trash, that's not valid because, you know, you've not clearly...
Like, okay, there have been elements of people criticizing the show for the woke trash, the pronoun stuff and the lesbian witches and things like that. But there's a lot of criticism, like, behind that is it's not Star Wars. It doesn't feel like Star Wars. It is real world politics that you're bringing into it. But then on top of that, there is all the jangling keys. There is all the law breaking. There is all the canon breaking, the continuity break. All of that stuff is there as well. Rhino catching strays. Yeah.
Taking the time to assess the show yourself with your own intelligence.
So Star Wars Theory, Geeks and Gamers, and Nerdrotic did not take the time to assess the show. No, I think it's more likely that you saw their thumbnails, got triggered, and didn't take the time to assess their videos, Simon.
And try to lose some weight, for God's sake.
All right, that's all I got for now, guys. Thanks for...
Thank you, Grizzy. Thank you. Always got legendary content. Always. Brett says, for $5, I am Aussie that dislikes Rhino, but he's out to go OS to rep. Can you tell me what OS to rep is? Like, I don't even understand that. Call me stupid, naive. I don't know. Why I support more of late. Bill's people. Rhino is gay and needs special support. Please do. Thank you, Brett. Yeah, Brett really doesn't like me. Despite all the gifted memberships and all the super chats. Brett hates me. Oh, overseas to represent. Okay. That's right. I'm going overseas for the first time. October. I can't wait, man. I have so much fun. Thanks, Brett. All right. let's wrap up the poll for Seal of the Week. Actually, let me share this first. All right. Oh, it's a bit of a landslide. It's a bit of a landslide. All right, we're ending the poll here. We got 29 votes in. That's good. Very good. Very, very good. All right. Does anybody want to vote and get it over 30? This is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Any takers for the 30th vote? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, 30. Boom. Ended. I know there's a bit of a delay, so you'll get that countdown and everything, and it'll already be ended. All right. So, in last place, with 13% of the vote, is number 1. This one right here. In second last place, or third place, with 20% of the vote, it's number 2. In second place, the runner-up, with 26% of the vote, it's number 3. Fucking weirdos. And the winner of this week's Seal of the Week, with a whopping 40% of the vote, is God please take away all Manny and Amanda's pain and give it to those incels. Congratulations, you weirdo, weird cunt, whatever. You win this week's Seal of the Week.
Hamill the Jedi.
Beautiful. Captain Keeley says, great today, Donnie. Donated all my Star Wars EU books to my local school's library so the new generation can read those books and comics. That's really good. I feel sad for the new generation of like kids and stuff and the entertainment that they get and the Star Wars that they get. It's very disappointing. Look at all those seal clapping emojis, you guys. Awesome. Awesome. Well, that is where we're going to wrap it up. That is where we're going to wrap up today's stream. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Jack Show. Let me put the link to the Jack Show. I got to figure out how to raid. There's the link. Go give him a Rhino raid. I might be over there. I need to eat something. I do need to go and get a haircut, but I might leave that until like over the weekend. Rhino is still gay. Thanks, Brad. Great stream. Peace. Thank you. All right, bro. See us later. Good talk. Thanks, Jules. SWA, Ghost Rider, Mr. Bantam, Hail, all you guys. Yeah, so go over to Jack Show, give him a Rhino raid. I might be over there. I definitely need to eat something, like I said, and I need to, I don't know. We'll see about the haircut. Guys, this weekend there is Full Aussie over on the Full Aussie channel. If you're not subscribed to the Full Aussie, go over, give us a sub there. You'll catch me there. For any of you guys in America, it is on Saturday morning. And of course, for us here in Australia, it's midnight Saturday night. And then you can catch me over on Jack Show this coming week. Whatever videos I can sort of come up with and make and get done, I will definitely do that. And hopefully soon I'll be starting SG1. You guys are the best. Appreciate it. Smash the like button. If you're rewatching the stream, thank you. Thank you for watching the stream. And we will see you again soon. Where am I? I need to play us out. All right. Bye, everyone.
Put a ticket in and make your name gay!
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking cunt! A few minutes? Are you kidding? At the rate they're gaining?
No, what is it? Do you have to shoot this? Traveling through hyperspace is like dusting crops, kid. Without precise calculations, we fly too close to a store. They're bounce into a supermarket and then...
Yeah.
It'd be a hell of a mess.
What's that?
Watch. You're losing your deflector shields. Go strap yourselves in. Be careful on the way out.
Yeah, sure. I'm taking very close to them.
You go away.
Bounce too near a supermarket?
Pump it up while your feet are stumping and the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping.